Think about this for a moment. For a sports bar owner to have 3 Denver Broncos sitting in his bar is a big freaking deal.
It's a huge deal.
Hopefully he's a big enough fan that he knows who they are, because anybody who owns or works in a sports bar should be a sports fan.
Especially in your home city, for sure.
Of course. He doesn't even notice them.
In 2016, retired police officer Chris Eaton opened up Sacktown Sports Bar and Grill.
Sacktown is a dream I've had since I was old enough to drink. Sacktown Sports Bar, baby, we're gonna make a lot of money! I love sports, played sports my whole life, and I always wanted to have a sports bar where you could just hang out with your buddies and talk sports and watch games.
When Sacktown first opened, customers flocked to the new bar in town.
We're in a touristy area, so we started getting people from all over the world coming in. We were just on a roll, and it was great.
Sometimes I would do like $1,800 to $2,700 in sales by myself.
However, shortly after opening, Chris's initial success began to wear off.
I became a police officer at 20, and I had never worked in a restaurant or a bar in any way.
I'm not making any money. Mama wants to go home.
And Chris was hit hard by the realities of running a bar.
It came as a big shock to me when I was put in a position where I had to run my bar.
I have 2 high schoolers that are getting ready to take off for college, and I really depend on this place.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Rather than hitting one out of the park, Chris's inexperience caused him to swing and miss.
He doesn't even know how to pour a drink. He doesn't know the difference between a rock glass and a pint glass.
In addition to his inexperience, Chris's priorities are not aligned with that of a successful bar owner.
I have close to 800 jerseys signed. What's cool is such a diverse collection. Every one of these I've gotten signed by the person who's on the cover.
With Chris focusing more on the stuff hanging on the walls rather than managing what was going on between them.
It was really important from the onset that my bar was going to be a sports bar.
The staff quickly became disillusioned, and Chris lost more and more control.
Everybody's just here to make money and go home. Like, nobody gives a
I didn't know how to train them. I didn't know what to expect of them, so there's no accountability. I have bartenders that have gotten drunk behind the bar, and my first reaction was, well, that's probably how it happens everywhere. Welcome to our very quiet bar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be right with you guys.
Big place.
It is huge.
You know what's interesting? This is old, historic Sacramento.
Right.
This is sort of an historic-looking building.
Absolutely.
Look at all this sports memorabilia. Sports bar is the most popular concept in America.
Right.
There's thousands of them in every
That's a
city.
lot, yeah.
So if this is a tourist neighborhood, and you came here with your family, you'd want to do stuff that was indigenous to here, right? You're in a historic neighborhood.
Absolutely. No question. Yeah, I want to see all Sacramento stuff.
Hey guys.
What do you want to try, buddy?
Want to try the wings?
Sure.
Definitely want to try the New York steak.
A French dip as well.
Yeah.
What's your favorite drink?
I see the Sneak Pitch, and there's another one, Jolly Ranchers are the popular one.
Should we try one of each? See if we like them?
I'm down with that.
All right. All right, that's the New York steak. All right.
Okay.
And that's the French dip. That's very popular here.
All right.
We should probably toast before we eat this.
Yeah.
Because we may never live to toast again.
It was good knowing you, man. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Okay, what's in this? John, I can't lie, man. I think I'm drunk. Oh, my God. I was expecting a completely different taste, and it was just mostly alcohol. And at that point, I can be drunk really quickly.
Does that look good to you?
I think they could have brought in just a live cow and put it on the table, and I think it would have been about in the same area.
Look at this pain.
I don't recommend this one.
You don't?
You don't recommend the
How
food?
come? What did you have? So it's sort of like this one.
You gotta. Oh, come on, John.
He's there, bro.
Huh?
He's sitting right there.
Who is?
Jon Taffer.
Where?
Are you serious, Chris?
Really?
Are you that believe? Oh my God.
Oh, crap. Here we go. My heart just kind of sank and was literally just waiting for the explosion to go off.
In the middle, bro.
Oh, shit. Not good? Holy shit. Been walking around all night and I didn't see him. Welcome to our very quiet bar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, crap. So clearly my blinders are on, right?
Hello, I'm John.
Hey, John. How are you? Yeah.
This is T-Pain, good friend of mine, by the way.
All right, man.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
T-Pain comes here, orders a steak. I order a French dip. Then we go to eat the wings. Look at this.
Yeah.
No crisp, rubbery, it's not cooked right. Look at this. How was your drink, Payne?
It's just pure alcohol.
To think that you worked as a cop for 15 years to make a savings. Can your pension support that?
No, it's done. I'm tapped.
So let me ask you a question. Is Sacramento a sports town?
Big, huge sports town.
Was it? Is it the Major League Baseball team that they follow? Is it the NFL team that they follow?
No.
Every statistic that I look at tells me that Sacramento is not a sports town compared to other markets.
I would disagree respectfully because I grew up here. No, I don't know the statistics,
Yes, I do.
but
Most popular bar concept in America is sports bars.
I never wanted to own a restaurant. I wanted to own a sports bar.
This isn't about you. When I look at this, do you deserve to succeed?
No,
So you deserve to fail.
I guess I do.
There's not one thing you got right.
I got my Kingswell right.
Is losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a smiling matter?
No, it's not.
So let's get freaking serious here. And here we are, guys. The Dugout. Look at the front of this place. You see the t-shirt shop and the pizza place more than you see the bar.
Oh, yeah. Just kind of blends into everything.
Hire a manager or run the bar.
You're not running it! If you want to make your bar right, you have to make your bar right.
I don't need to know every aspect of everything because
You
that's not my
do it.
daily.
You run a business.
I work 15 hours here
What
every
do
day.
you do? What do you
On Thursday.
What do you
On Thursday.
What? So I know it's none of your business right now, all right?
Well, that's a pleasant way to start the evening now, isn't it?
Gordon Wittenmeyer and Gordon's son. Gordon is a sports writer for the Chicago Sun, so I thought he was the perfect candidate to do recon for us tonight.
Can I get a Long Island, please?
Hey, Em, you want to make him a Long Island because you're the best?
Absolutely.
Anything for you?
You got like a shandy?
Yeah.
What is that?
Does that say what I think it says? What is that?
You wouldn't be talking about the hot pussy, would you?
Oh, Lord Almighty.
I've never had it personally. I am allergic to it.
Hot pussy shot.
What the is that?
It is made of 4 different types of bourbon, cinnamon, brown sugar, and habanero pepper.
You do that stuff in a college bar with 21 to 23-year-old customers. You don't do it in a sports bar with a 40-year-old customer in a room.
Do you guys not have a burger or anything like that?
Only on game days.
Can I just get some mac and cheese bites with ranch, please?
I'll try the dog. I got dog.
Okay.
He's touching raw product with his bare hands. Look at the smoke coming out of the oil.
That's the food from the bottom of the fryer burning and coming up. Everything that's been cooked in there, you can taste in that macaroni now. And I don't even want to look at that.
There are flies all over the place. Oh, man.
Doesn't it take a little while just get a hot dog and something you fry up?
They're not prepping anything ahead of time, is he?
No, this guy has no clue what he's doing.
So now he breads the hot dog bun with his hand where the raw product was. No gloves, of course.
Oh, hands right into the pickle juice. That whole thing is spoiled now, John.
Oh, man.
There's no way in hell, John, anything can be served out of there.
How much money are you losing each year?
Each off season, probably 30 to 40,000.
30 to 40,000. You think cleaning it might help a little?
Gets cleaned every day.
Oh.
Look at all of these flies up along the railing. Look at all of these flies everywhere. Flies breed off of yeast. They breed off of filth. They build nests and they grow out of your drains.
How about the fact that he's in the kitchen cooking food, never washing his hands?
Oh, forget it.
So he touches raw chicken, then he touches the handle of the refrigerator, then he takes the hot dog bun with your raw chicken on it. When you hear that, do you want to come back here?
No, I ain't coming back here.
You want to drink that right now?
I'm done with it.
Does anybody want to drink this? Of course not. Anybody want to drink this? Of course not. Who wants to eat this? Do you want to eat it then?
Sure.
Sure, you'll eat it. Your hands are all over it anyway. Ryan, throw out the food in that kitchen. Shut it down.
No problem, John. Do it
Nobody
right now.
eats anything in this place. Look at this place. Is your house full?
Not at all.
This bar is shameful. For 4 years, you've been failing. The greatest ballpark in the world is across the street from here. This should be a place of respect. Is this the pride of Chicago?
There's your bar. So how long ago did you open the bar?
5 years ago.
And you bought it with your husband?
Correct.
And how long have you been married?
26 years.
Wow. How did you come up with the idea to open a bar?
We knew this place before we took over, and the owners were not doing good. So they just put it for sale. And my husband and I said, hey, let's go for it. Why not? We did amazing at the beginning.
And then pandemic hit?
Pandemic hit, and everything went south.
So customers didn't come back for some reason, did they?
They didn't.
And how much money do you have left before you run out and have to close?
Not much. We have to pull money from our house.
So now you've pulled all the equity out of your house and you're gonna lose your house.
Yes.
Talk to me about Joe.
Oh my gosh.
This thing, man.
After the pandemic, he's not the same person.
Move this shit and let's just toss it. I'm sick of this shit. Let's just I can't work like this. I'm supposed to fix this shit and I don't do it.
He's drinking a lot more. I know he wants to make it work, but he's discouraged. Like, he's giving up on the business, and I feel like it's affecting the family. His attitude is just bad.
Do you know where the toilet seat covers are?
Okay, you want me to be a cook? You want me to be a bartender? You want me to be a janitor? You pick.
Do you guys make margaritas?
We do.
Can you make a skinny margarita?
Skinny margarita, I don't see why not.
All right.
Can we get some jalapeno poppers?
Jalapeno poppers, of course.
Oh, I want the mozzarella stick.
Mozzarella sticks? I'm gonna go ahead and get that started and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yep.
There he is. So this is the second drink in 10 minutes I've seen him have.
Trying to catch
We
up.
just took a shot.
Already, let's take one more.
Already, let's take one more.
Let's do it.
Does he believe that his drinking is a problem to the business?
He doesn't believe that because he thinks that he makes the business better by him drinking because customers want to party. But if you're giving out drinks, where's the money coming in?
Tammy, the drink was weak. Can we get one more on the house?
So he's out there with his gloves, drinking his drink, touching everything around him.
I'm not bartending today. Today I'm actually cooking. I do everything here.
How many drinks a night would you say he has?
5, 6.
There's his drink. It's almost gone.
Yeah, but he's gonna ask for another one.
Can you warm me up some cheese when you get a chance?
You
Fish?
can multitask?
Do you think your food is good?
No, there's no consistency in the kitchen.
Do you hear the complaints from people?
Yeah, I do.
Does he?
I tell him about it, but he doesn't do anything.
I gotta be drunk to work with you, you know that?
Being drunk in the kitchen is incredibly irresponsible. It's also illegal, by the way. The health department does not allow drinking in the kitchen.
I have that mango margarita.
Right here.
Right over here for you. And that skinny lime.
you.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see how they like these. Look at the color of that margarita.
This looks like my water at breakfast.
So I'm taking a break right now. I'll come have a drink with you guys.
Why do I know that's JJ?
Here we go. Oh, she spit it out.
That was so hideous. Whatever just went in my mouth. I need another mozzarella stick to get rid of that.
I don't like this. This is not good.
Go ahead and set some waters down right over here for you guys. Absolutely.
Why are we serving styrofoam cups?
Why are you sitting at the bar instead of in the kitchen?
I just took my break.
What break? You're supposed to be cooking. She's by herself in the kitchen, but here, what are you doing right now?
Not styrofoam cups. Jesus. All right. Who's gonna cheer with us?
Yeah.
So he's going to take a shot while he has another drink.
Oh.
Are you JJ?
I'm Joe, yes.
Oh, nice to meet
How
you.
you guys doing? How's the drinks?
Mine's a little too sweet.
See, I keep telling this. Excuse my language. They don't listen. I keep telling the drinks. Oh, what kind of drink was this one?
It was a mango margarita.
Okay, I'll get you a shot of tequila. Come on, let's taste this. That's terrible. I'll get you a shot. I'm not gonna dip my straw in there.
Please don't.
This is unbelievable.
I've seen enough. Why is this place failing?
Because of Joe.
You know who he's going to hear it from? Me, right now. Let's go inside.
This is gonna go off on you.
We'll see who goes off on who.
Oh, shit.
Take a good sip of that, Joe. Joe, enjoy that, because that's the last drink you're gonna have while I'm here. So enjoy that last sip. Because let me tell you what I've learned, Joe, because I've been sitting outside with your wife for a half hour watching you.
That's why they didn't get their drinks. If she was here, they would have got their drinks.
Her drink is awful. She spit it out. You didn't even notice she was sitting right there.
I didn't make it.
She spit it out. But it's your business. Her drink sucked.
Okay, and where the was she at? She's supposed to be behind the bar.
She was talking to me about your drinking problem.
Well, I don't have a drinking problem.
You don't have a drinking problem. How many drinks have you had today, Joe?
I had 4 doubles.
4 doubles. And a couple of shots.
1 shot.
This man is losing his house, folks. He has enough money to make it 2 more months, right, Joe?
Yes.
You're in debt a couple $100,000. And your answer? 5 doubles. Are you that much of an idiot, Joe?
No, I'm a very smart guy.
Because your wife is begging you to sober up and save your house.
We're in Glendale, Arizona, at a bar called La Perla. It was established in 1947. The owner's Mark. He's actually a pretty successful businessman outside of this, but he's about $750,000 in debt. Yeah, and he's put about $1 million of his own money into this spot. So buys the name of the bar in 2019. He moved it from the original location to where it is now. So this is La Perla Sports Bar and Cantina. You look at the inside of the bar, you have this huge mural. I mean, that's really the only sports type of thing that I can see in this entire bar.
All I see is a poncho draped over the hostess stand, and that's our cantina. This has been around for like decades. Like, you would think there would be some kind of just
historic feeling or identity to it. There's supposed to be kind of like this nightclub element to this bar after this. So on social media, they're promoting this as kind of like a club. There's no look or feel to it at all. All right, guys. For Recon tonight, I got Dana Cortez and Anthony Almazar. They're both local radio hosts on the Dana Cortez Show. They're part of the Latina community, which is big in this area. And John called them and said, hey, I really need you to go in there, take a look at this bar, and help my guys out.
I'll pray for them.
Oh, I want to try one of those frozen drinks. That looks good, right? Hi, guys. What can I get for you? Hi. Can I try one of those frozen margaritas? They're not frozen yet. Oh, I can do a house margarita. I'll do a spicy. Do you have something spicy? Spicy margarita? Spicy margarita. I don't really. I'll take a house margarita. Surprise me.
So she went 0 for 2?
0 for 2.
Why can't you make a spicy margarita? I imagine there's a jalapeno in this restaurant. I mean, it's a cantina.
Nick, what do you think of this drink right now that Kylie's making?
You can tell she only filled the plastic cup up 3/4 with ice and left booze in there. So that means the proportions are entirely off.
I like it. I just wish the frozen had been ready.
Was it the second quarter? No, it was 24-10 in the second quarter.
Is Mark even aware of these problems in his bar? If you're gonna have the machine on the bar,
it's the first thing you do.
Get that thing going.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mark's calculating how much money he's losing tonight.
He went to go say hi to his buddy.
To the Cowboys. Salud, guys.
Come on. For a bar like this, losing $100 a night, that's $700 a week. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars overtime. And that's how you get $750,000 in debt. I bet you he's comping drinks all the time.
Okay, what do you guys want?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Wow.
On him.
Being the most liked person is not being the owner. Right now, they're just gonna now always just wait. They're not gonna order any more drinks. They're gonna wait till he comes back around. They're gonna like, oh, Mark, my buddy. How about you get another round? Oh, sure. I know how to make sure that people are having a great time and wanna come back, and it does not require giving away free drinks and drinking with the customers.
This place is literally better off with him staying home.
Oh, I'm gonna do the bone-in wings. What do you recommend, chimney or chicken tenders? Don't lie.
Chimney.
Chimneys? Okay. All right.
What is she doing with that meat?
What is that?
Oh, no.
Her glove is got the meat,
the raw meat,
and she's using that spatula.
Oh,
wait, look, same glove.
Oh no,
no, Chayito.
Please,
same glove.
Please, Cham's glove. Let's go.
Now.
Oh, ew. She rolled the glove on the rice. So now you have contaminated rice. You're gonna put that in their mouth. You're gonna have the raw meat from before. I'm so sad.
And if John were here right now, he would say that would kill somebody.
Literally. So you have raw meat that's all over the food, 10-day-old guacamole. Chaito is just dropping the ball. But you know who's really dropping the ball is Patty and Mark as the manager. Where are they? Do they even know what's going on in the kitchen?
Salud, guys. Salud. Salud.
Do not take another one. Guys, I don't know what to do with this guy. I can't take this anymore. I gotta go talk to this guy. There was guacamole that was 10 days old. People out there are eating it, they're dipping it. Do you care if they get sick?
Of course.
Okay, if you care they get sick, why are you serving it?
Well, I didn't know it was 10 days old.
Why didn't you know?
Because I didn't check.
Okay, so why didn't you check?
Because I trusted my staff to check.
So why aren't you getting mad at her?
No, because she's my family. She's been with me for a long time.
But if you're putting people in position to make you successful, and she's getting somebody sick outside, now your business is shut down completely, whose fault is that?
It's mine.
Okay, you need to be an owner. You need to take ownership of this bar.
I hear you. We don't have to focus on food.
Okay, but at the same time, you still have food,
No,
yes?
I agree. You're right.
So if you have food, you need to put out proper.
Right.
No, come in, please.
Okay.
I'm Dustin Dre. Very nice to meet you. What do you do here?
I'm now the manager, but I'm also his event coordinator.
She brings all the bands and DJs. She's the one that coordinates all that for us, right?
So you have bands and DJs in this bar. Come on here and show me where exactly we have bands and DJs.
Okay, come on.
Come on, Mark.
So
Not leaving you behind.
So where do these guys sit
Another
at?
shot.
He just asked for another shot.
You want another shot? You've had 3 already. Are you the owner, or are you here having a party?
I just want them to have a good time.
Oh, God, this guy does not get it, dude. Mark. Listen, I own the biggest nightclub in Las Vegas. I do $100 million a year, and I have thousands of people coming through my club every single night. My job is to make sure people have a good time. I'm not out there getting drunk with them every night. I'm working the room, go up, you smile, you talk, you check in the customers. That's not you drinking, and that's not you giving away free drinks. Giving away free drinks is the reason this bar is going downhill.
I'm just outside of Denver, Colorado, in Loveland, at a bar called the Blue Sports Grill. For this rescue, I have Denver Bronco wide receiver Cortland Sutton in my command center with me.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
Cortland really knows sports. He also knows sports bars. And I can think of nobody better than a local athlete to help me evaluate this bar. You know better than anyone the pride in this city for sports.
Yes, sir.
So I gotta ask, did that look like a sports bar to you?
It didn't really give you that vibe of, this is where I want to take the guys to watch the big game.
Yeah, no energy at all outside.
Right.
You could almost drive by and not even know it's a sports bar.
Exactly.
And the sports bar's gotta have an identity outside in the street. It means you gotta be good at what you do.
Exactly.
Good food and stuff.
If you need something, my name is Dwayne. I'm the owner, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
This bar is owned by Dwayne. Dwayne used to work for a chain restaurant company, a big one. He's supposed to know his stuff. Dwayne is in debt about 300 grand. Could you imagine going to sleep at night in debt 300,000?
Wouldn't be able to sleep well at all.
So imagine the pressure that he's under.
One. Did you grab those wings yet or no?
That's Jared, his son, is the cook in the kitchen. Dwayne's dream is to make enough money so he can buy a condo and move to the Dominican Republic. And he has a beautiful wife that he wants to do that with. And he wants to leave the bar to Jared. So I asked you to bring some buddies with me.
I did.
Hello, how we doing?
Hi, how's it going?
Welcome.
Justin Simmons right there, safety for the Denver Broncos. Kareem Jackson, he also plays safety for the Broncos. And then Bradley Chubb, our outside linebacker.
Think about this for a moment. For a sports bar owner to have 3 Denver Broncos sitting in his bar is a big freaking deal.
It's a huge deal.
Hopefully he's a big enough fan that he knows who they are. Because anybody who owns or works in a sports bar should be a sports fan.
Especially in your home city, for sure.
Of course. He doesn't even notice them. Let's see how good they take care of him.
Can I do the sidecar?
The what?
You got the sidecar?
Sidecar. Oh, like a drink?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Can I do a margarita?
Margarita?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do a Long Island?
A Long Island?
Yeah, that would be great. I'm gonna go ahead and put some food in too.
They also do food as well.
Okay, go ahead.
I do the lasagna.
Okay.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Okay.
How often do you see lasagna in a sports bar?
Never.
Doesn't fit, right? I mean, a sports bar should have great sports-related foods.
Your finger foods, your hamburgers, your hot dogs, your wings.
How much lasagna could he possibly sell?
I'm gonna do the pork tenderloin. That sounds really good.
Okay.
Can I just do fish and chips, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have you ever made a sidecar?
A what?
A sidecar.
A sidecar is just, like, what did they order exactly?
Just a sidecar.
Of what?
I don't know.
They don't even know what the drinks are on their own menu. A sidecar is a classic brandy cocktail. Okay, that's a Long Island right there. And a margarita. Margarita is still the most popular drink in America.
Where's all the lemons?
All right, so you notice they're both working in one station. There aren't two places for them to work.
Dude, I'm like all over the place because everything's right here. Did you take my glass?
That's a big space, too.
It is a huge bar, but there's no workstations anywhere for them.
What about like the lack of like memorabilia though?
Well, 2 jerseys in a sports bar is not, you know what I'm saying?
2 jerseys in a sports bar.
I think that's a big thing that draws a lot of people to sports bars, so they keep going back to us, feeling like you're immersed into what you're watching, into the atmosphere.
Sports is connective. There's nothing here. I want the energy of being at the game when I'm there.
Exactly.
I mean, there are 3 of the best players in the NFL sitting right at his bar, and Dwayne doesn't even realize it.
And you said you wanted a sidecar of what?
That's the drink, right? I want the sidecar drink.
There's not like a sidecar drink.
Let me just do an old fashioned.
An old fashioned?
Yeah. How's that margarita? It don't look very good.
It is what it is, fam.
I can tell you right now, he's not the most pleased.
Pork sandwich, lasagna, fish and chip. I'll grab the lasagna.
All right, I want to see this lasagna in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Does this come out of a freezer? Okay, so that's a frozen piece of lasagna. It's going in a microwave pan with a little sauce. What is that? Water, so it stays moist. Lasagna, 6 minutes in the microwave. You ever have pasta out of a microwave?
It's gonna be a little tough to chew on, for sure.
Okay, second drink coming up.
He looks nervous. I think this is a drink that he's gotten before.
So they couldn't make the sidecar, so that's an old-fashioned. Old-fashioned shouldn't be red, so it's too syrupy. It should be the color of the whiskey.
Exactly.
Nah, it's not.
It's not worth it?
Yeah, nah. It just tastes like a fireball.
I think it's rude if I ask for another.
Nobody's drinking anything.
Excuse me, Yvonne.
Yes.
I don't particularly care for this. Can I get the Cuba Libre?
The what?
Cuba Libre?
Cuba.
They're gonna give them a more time.
What is it made with? Like what kind of alcohol?
Already they would never come back here, would they?
No.
The environment has turned them off. The drinks have turned them off.
I'm intrigued to see how this goes with them getting their food out. It's better looking lasagna than I was expecting at a sports bar. So.
I agree. But a sports bar is never going to be famous for lasagna.
No.
Tenderloin and fries.
Lasagna right behind you? Yes, sir. There you go. I'm guessing that's yours.
It is. Thank you.
Look at that. Dwayne just handed them their food, and he still doesn't recognize them. Here we go.
What'd you get, bro?
Pork tenderloin.
No way.
I'm gonna just say a prayer, hope for the best.
I say we go in there together and see what they think. What do you say?
I'm with it. Let's do it.
Do you know who these guys are?
No, I don't.
Cortland, would you introduce them for me?
Justin Simmons, safety, Denver Broncos. Kareem Jackson, safety, Denver Broncos, and Bradley Chubb, outside linebacker.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my God.
So think about the opportunity that comes here to have 4 great, unbelievable Bronco stars that are here. And this is a city of great pride, isn't it? You should feel connected to the game, connected to the team when you're here. Did you connect with anything?
It's kind of hard to. You know, there's not really too much memorabilia around, and like this doesn't feel like a homey sports bar type place, you know?
It's a lot of work to do here. Do you agree?
I agree.
And I know you're a corporate restaurant guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have standards. We ran standards all the time for years and years.
And is this your standard?
No.
Yeah, look at that. Would you eat that? Would you eat that? Would you?
No.
You wouldn't, but you served it to him. That's my issue.
I understand.
You know, every failing bar has a failing owner, Dwayne. And this is the epitome of this, because this is lasagna that you knew was frozen and cooked wrong. You knew the portion size of this, and you know how that sandwich looks. And that's okay to you. But it's not okay to the people who matter. This bar is failing because of you. You didn't even know you had professional athletes at your own bar. Hi, this is Jon Taffer. Click here to subscribe to Paramount Network on YouTube for more Bar Rescue.